Once you grasp this truth that I'm about to tell you, it'll set you free from religion. It'll set you free from parents and moms and family and governments and police, everybody. It'll set you free. And it's simply this: you are divine. God has exploded in a Crab Nebulae explosion, and he has come and manifested himself as billions of people. And you're one of you, and so am I. When I look at you, I see God. When you look at me, you see God. That's why God's name is I am. I am God. It doesn't mean that me, God. It means I am. When you say I am God, you have to say, what is God's name? I am. What? I am God. Oh my God, then all the people, Christians run around, I told you they think they're God. I don't think anything on the side. No, Jesus Christ said, the scripture says you are God, and the scripture cannot be broken. So he said it.
Yeah, like I'm not third album.
Peace, 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 family. How you all doing? Hope all is well with you. My name is Keisha. I'm the owner of Ascendant Astrology, and I am your astrology coach. Today, I'm going to be doing or finalizing the Sun through the Sign series with Sun and Pisces. We finished? Okay. Ah, it feels good to finish. So I'll be doing Neptune through the signs next and Pluto. Ooh, those are gonna be fun. And I won't be doing that anytime soon. I might even be taking a little bit of a break from astrology. I'm gonna start putting together some classes now that I got the major planets out. Um, with some videos. I kind of already have it written on my Patreon page, but I haven't quite figured out what I want to do with it yet. But for those people out there interested in doing one-on-one coaching, learning astrology specific to you and your chart, I like personal one-to-one. I'm a Libra rising. And if you're interested in something like that, you sign up or send me an email first. If you want your weekly astrology sent to you every week, a week in advance, so that you can stay ready, so that you don't have to get ready. You can sign up to the Patreon so that you could get your weekly astrology. I probably won't be on here much more after this, or a lot less, I should say. I got some stuff lined up that I'm kind of excited about, but it is going to take me away from doing astrology for a little bit. So you definitely want to sign up to the Patreon page if you want to stay up to date on your astrological forecasts. But yeah, man. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. If you agree, if you disagree, let a bitch know. Okay. So, what is the sun? The sun rules the soul, your father, government, authority, president, kings, vitality. And all your vitality is your health, your energetic levels, your ego, how we choose to build our kingdom here on this earth, which can be done through career and achievements, how we choose to identify ourselves and our self-confidence. And because Leo rules, because the sun rules Leo, this could also be fun, playful, being the best version of yourself and how you shine your light out into the world. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. It rules sleep, dreams, the subconscious mind, sign symbols, synchronicities, loss, lack, addictions, um, daydreaming, faith, spirituality, retreats, hospitals, mental health, prisons. Um, I feel like I can say more about that, but I feel like that's the gist of it. And so for these people, your father might have been very creative or lives overseas. or did anything connected to children. He might have worked with in Piscean fields like the ocean, spirituality, hospitals, prison, a musician, or he had drug problems or was absent, um, or in prison, or had some kind of health issues that kind of left him, not being able to be in your life in a particular kind of way. Your father may have been secretive, mysterious, or you idealized your father. And because Pisces cannot be connected to reality, it's kind of ethereal and like way out there. That idealized thought of your father might not have been real. Um, and so you could have had some of these same traits. Um, this could also be like somebody who kind of thinks they're better than other people. Um, or feels like they're better than other people. But again, because of the lack of reality, that might not be so true. And so be mindful of that. But because this is about identity with the sun, this can lead to a loss of identity, which only leads you to discover your spiritual um higher self. And so this is kind of like an awakening, but more divinely guided. And so when I do my general overviews for like the new moons and the full moons, and I talk about having a higher purpose, it's more so related to this Pisces energy as opposed to like a Scorpionic transformation. And because Pisces rules, your guides, your spiritual guides, um, something higher than you, um, and passed on loved ones that kind of like you become a vessel for them to work through, right? There's a connection there where you kind of surrender to the divine to allow them to work through you. You gain some kind of trust and faith and a higher power to the point where you allow them to work through you. And so this awakening or spiritual awakening and Pisces is more ethereal that way. That's why Pisces rules psychics and um things like that. And I was really thinking about like how can we differentiate transformation between Pisces and um Scorpio because they do kind of resemble the same kind of like energy in a lot of ways, but in a different way. And so I was thinking Scorpio can be more like voodoo, um, um, or kind of like African tribal spiritual awakening practices or beliefs and things of that nature, or witches, um, um, whereas Pisces might be your angels, right? And so I think they do the same thing, or it's the same kind of experience, if you will, because Pisces can be retreats where you take the ayahuasca and you go on a trip, whereas again, Scorpio can be more relative to, um, the same, but through witchy like ways or um um tribals ways or like not learning through knowledge and education that goes deep into the subconscious mind. and like makes it make sense, because some people really have a hard time believing that anything around Pisces is real, because Pisces is related to like sleeping and not being woke, right? And so Scorpio is more esoteric in that way, where they make Piscean energy make sense, if that makes sense at all. And then another way to look at it, because they don't have to be against one another, is that there's levels to awakenings, right? And so Pisces is the first sign where you go through the transformation. And I think all those other signs thereafter are all higher levels of awakening, acknowledgement, big picture stuff, and things of that nature. And so in that way, it's just levels to it. And each one of those signs can happen in very different kinds of ways. So I hope that made sense. But I just had to like try and break it down. But um mm, yeah, so this can be higher beings, extraterrestrials, angels, past deceased loved ones that you learn to trust and have faith and let them, work through you. This could also be that you have an ability to trust the flow, you trust the universe and go with the flow. These people are very kind, passionate, dreamy, gentle, idealistic, and empathic, intuitive, devoted, imaginative, and transcendent. And these people tend to shine their light in the world by doing Piscean things, which can be living their daily life very lackadaisical, where you're kind of here and not, but you're not here, kind of up in the stars a little out there. And so I was doing the Sun in Aquarius video, and I used the example of like I have a really hard time caring about the mundane worlds, and so escapism can be something that these people they tend to want to escape from the mundane world. And so my Mars and Libra and not the whole sign chart, but um and the other chart, I don't know why my brain is not thinking, but my Mars can sometimes be and my Mars and Libra can sometimes be at the cusp on the 12th house, in the 12th house. And so I tend to escape from the mundane world and not really want to be here. And I always talk about how I live in my head. And I hate coming down here because then I always have to prepare myself mentally in some kind of way to deal with being out in public, being around people, and things of that nature. So it really is very irritating. It's the noise. I think, the noise is too loud, and it doesn't allow me to think and process my own thoughts, and I don't like that. And so I feel like, and I think I talked about this before at other different times, is like Pisces energy can be like that very thin line between mental health and super, super intelligent, and so they can struggle with stuff like that in very different kinds of ways, where it can come off as if they're kind of not mentally all there. But that may not be true for everybody, but everybody deals with things in their own kind of way. Um, but these people might tend to want to escape in the mundane world in different kinds of ways, like um libraries, retreats, hospitals, ashrams, travel, um, um, it could be creative endeavors like poetry, photography, film, imaginative stories and fantasy. This could be a movie buffer, somebody who really likes TV shows or video games or even like games on the app, but specifically Venus, because Pisces is ruled by Neptune, but Neptune is the higher octave of Venus. And so this could be fashion, but it's very glitzy or fake jewelry because, Pisces, Neptune is very related to schemes and scheming. Not that that's a bad thing. I'm not trying to say anything bad, but because it does rule um, that it can be something that's not real or can come off as scammy, scheming, um, or rose-colored glasses. So this is things that have like glitter or glasses or masks or um what do you call those? The Oculus, um, those little farm games, where you build and create your own little world type stuff. Um, I'm trying to think. Um, yeah, I mean, I feel like I could really, really get into it, but I think you guys get the picture. This could also be day spas, resorts, import, export, production, um, healers, doctors, pharmacists, people who come up with cures. But when I think of cures, again, from the Piscean side, I think of Dr. Sebi, um, because he made things go away. That could be more Scorpio too. Um, But I think the reason why I said Dr. Sebi is because when I think of Piscean cures, I think of it from the mundane perspective, where in these hospitals and in this healthcare system, they bandaged everything as opposed to curing everything. Um, and but Dr. Sebi actually healed those things. Like he healed AIDS and uh, blood stuff and dealt with like how to clear the blood and um, a whole bunch of other stuff. If you know, you know, right? But he actually solved a health problem. Um, whereas Scorpio can be more like surgeries where even to the point where it might not even be the actual surgery, but get into the root cause of like, well, what do you need this surgery for? Like, why is this even a need? And fix the root cause and then, heal it, if that makes sense at all. And so if that I feel like that's my explanation as to why I felt Dr. Sebi was here, but he could also be seen as very scorpionic as well. Um, and I feel like it's another really good example about how the divine works through um people when you're open up to it to receive information and um, have like secret knowledge and wisdom, because Pisces is also by Jupiter. Um, and so, um, yeah, I really want to say so much, but I feel like I'm already doing too much. That's what I'm arguing with myself in my head about right now. But I just feel like these people are more divinely guided in a very specific kind of way, even to the point where this is related to prison. It's like when people go through that kind of change, it changes you on a deeper level, where you open yourself up to be more open to listening to like how your parents would tell you to do certain things, and as kids, we just didn't listen. Was hard-headed, stubborn, and didn't want to listen. But I feel like that whole transformation and process you go through when you go through prison, it opens you up in such a way where it's like, um, it changes you on a deeper level, where it leads you on a journey of change through listening to or going back to or thinking back to all those times your parents told you, I told you not to to do that. And you start to see it in a different way, like, damn, if I would have listened to my parents, I probably wouldn't be in the situation that I'm in right now. You're more receptive to connecting to your roots, your cultural background and beliefs, um, to an extent where it's like, I get it now. And you kind of, this is where gratitude comes up, and you're grateful and thankful for the wisdom and knowledge of your parents, your elders, or the people in your life. Um, and you can become a teacher in this way. These people are super shy, meek, laid back, and quiet. And so they might not speak as well, or they may need others' help to promote them and um, put them out there because of their kind of laid back demeanor and not wanting to put themselves out there, or shy. They could just be really, really shy or soft spoken, even. But yeah, I went on a tangent with that one. I really like Pisces and Scorpio energy. I feel like I can talk about these two signs for forever, but as usual, family, I love and appreciate you. I hope you found this information helpful. Peace.